Tom Cruise is back, baby. Tom Cruise is here to give the people what they desire. And he hasn't done anything since he put out the last movie, right? Which makes sense because it was going to be a part one, part two deal. So I can be wrong. Every once in...
Clip it. Clip that.
Every once in so...
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Andrew's wrong.
Look,
He admitted it.
you know, even God makes mistakes.
Does he?
Yeah. Look at you.
Fucked myself.
What exactly is your plan?
Mr. Milchick from Severance. That looked like Tom Cruise was jumping out of that
Helicopter?
into the water.
Yeah.
because it
Plane?
stuck with him. It looked like one of similar to the vibe of the Halo jump in Fallout. It looked like the camera was just sticking on him, so the audience would know that he was doing it.
Welcome to Backseat Directing,
Where we talk about movies, TV shows, comics, and more.
we're your hosts,
Andrew,
and Aaron.
we put out new episodes every Monday and Thursday.
And on this episode, we're doing a trailer reaction to the new Mission Impossible movie.
3, 2, 1.
Action. The Final Reckoning.
Yeah. Or
That's-
AKA Mission Impossible The Dead Reckoning Part 2, formerly known as until it was known as The Final Reckoning.
Yes. Also known as 9? 8?
Yeah, because Fallout was 7.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So 9.
Something like that. Mission
Wow.
Impossible 1, 2, 3. And then the one I can
Ghost?
never remember the name of.
Ghost.
No.
No.
Oh, yeah. It comes before Ghost with Jeremy Renner. Then Ghost. Then Fallout. Then Dead Reckoning Part 1. Then Final Reckoning. So that's 8.
Yeah. Okay. What is that name?
I can never
I
think.
always
Recon.
think-
Is it something Recon? Or something?
Is it not Ghost?
It's not Ghost Recon.
I'm gonna look it up.
Mission Impossible.
It's our favorite one.
Rogue
too.
Nation.
Rogue Nation.
I got it, baby. That's not our favorite one. Our favorite is Ghost Protocol. That's the one where he goes to Taj Mahal.
That's 4.
Oh, that comes before Rogue Nation?
Yes. So it was Ghost. I was right.
I look up the order, bro, because Jeremy Renner gets introduced in Rogue Nation, right?
Yeah.
And then,
that's the one.
but then he's also in Ghost Protocol. So how could he be in Ghost Protocol before he's released?
No, it's okay. So it's right here. Mission Impossible 4 is Ghost.
Oh shit, you're right.
Ghost
guess-
Protocol.
hey.
And that's the one
Hey.
with Jeremy Renner.
Every once in a while, I can be wrong. Every once in
Clip it. Clip that.
every
Clip
once
it.
in so.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Andrew's wrong.
Look,
He admitted it.
you know, even God makes mistakes.
Does he?
Yeah. Look at you.
Fucked myself.
That's a good one. That's a good burn. Okay, we're here to talk about Mission Impossible. The Final Reckoning is the name of the movie. Now I'm sure you guys get that picture clearly. 8th movie in the franchise. We've clearly established that. Tom Cruise is back, baby. Tom Cruise is here to give the people what they desire. And he hasn't done anything since he put out the last movie, right? Which makes sense because it was going to be a part 1, part 2 deal. So
Yeah.
just working continuously on that. And he's so heavily involved in these Mission Impossible movies, right? It's not just like he shows up and acts. Like, he's a producer. He works heavily with the director, Christopher McQuarrie, who's been on like all the films since Protocol, I believe. So they're like have a very close, you know, relationship where the two of them work together because Tom's not only acting and producing, but, you know, to a degree, he's working as a stunt performer as well, you know, flying helicopters and doing these crazy driving shots. So I'm sure he's also somewhat involved in the stunt coordinating. He's just got his finger in every pie of these movies. I feel like they're a part of him at this point.
He's also training as an Olympic sprinter.
Yeah. Yeah.
For each movie.
At what, 60, 62 or something?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
The guy in the chair over here doing all my research. Come on. Faster, weather boy.
62.
No, did I not just say 62?
You were like 60, 62.
Yeah, but the last words out of my mouth were 62. So that seems like that was my answer.
Sounded like a range.
You didn't say final answer.
Let's watch this trailer.
Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our awesome content coming up in the future. Let's watch this.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
A CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him. He gassed a security briefing.
That was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him. Should he choose to accept?
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan?
Mr. Milchick from Severance.
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised.
This is a good score.
Everything you are. Everything you've done. Has come to this.
You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Our lives are the sum of our choices. This is your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
I reckon this might be a good movie.
Dude, that looks good. That looks good.
I reckon this might be this man. It's a cool trailer. It's a cool trailer.
Yeah,
I'm very curious about Mr. Milchick's role in this movie now.
got me hyped.
Yeah, I got to know what capacity, because I mean he's kind of a villain in Severance, but it's kind of more complicated than that. They're showing like some rumblings of change in his character, so I wonder if he'll be a villain in this too, or if not. Because I think it seems like, at least in the last one, the AI technology that they're fighting was taking advantage of humans by like promising them things or communicating with them in a way, convincing them to work on their side. So there probably will be some like actual humans, obviously, for him to fight in this movie that are working alongside the machine. That maybe it's promising them something, you know. And if he's in that role, I think he'd be really cool because he's very physically fit. He'd make a good like opponent for like a fight if they were gonna do something like that.
Yeah, I think this looks better than Dead Reckoning.
Yeah. I think it will, because they've shown a lot of different scenes where they're showing action,
Yeah.
which tells us that there's a lot of different action sequences in the movie. And that looked like Tom Cruise was jumping out of that helicopter into the water.
Yeah.
Because it
Plane?
stuck with him. It looked like similar to the vibe of the Halo jump in Fallout. It looked like the camera was just sticking on him so the audience would know that he was doing it.
Yeah.
And it looks really good.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking when I was watching this trailer, I was like, these are the perfect like action films because they have crazy stunts, but at the same time they're grounded enough to where it's like believable, but then it's also over the top to where it's cool, you know? And I don't know, they just built this world that it all just feels real and true. Like they haven't like overreached too much, you know?
Yeah, they took something that people actually do, which is a halo jump, a high altitude, low open jump in Mission Impossible Fallout. So they took something that people actually do and they just had them land on a building, which is unrealistic, but they combined something that is real and possible with something a little bit far-fetched in a way where we can believe it.
And not only is it real, for the most part, Tom Cruise is doing all of these things.
Yeah, outside of landing on the building, he's doing the actual jump.
Right. So I don't know. These are the ultimate action films, I think.
I think that's a big claim. I don't know if I can agree with you right off the bat.
It literally has everything.
It's up there.
It has everything.
It's up there in the conversation. And the thing that I think puts this really high in terms of, like, if you were going to say the ultimate action franchise, the thing that puts this really high up for me is the consistency of quality throughout the movies. I think Mission Impossible 2 is the only one that people generally don't like very much.
Yeah.
But I mean, 1 and 3 are both pretty darn good. And then every one since Protocol has been kind of a banger. I was disappointed by Dead Reckoning because I didn't think it was as good as the other ones, but it still has a very high caliber of action, you know, and a lot of really cool stunts. Like the one handcuff to the wheel street chase through Rome is really incredible sequence.
It's a franchise that's been going on for 30 years.
Yeah. And to uphold a high level of quality over that time, it's got to be really hard. And a lot of people have been coming back, you know, cast wise.
Yeah. Like another franchise that kind of has a similar run is like the Fast and Furious movies. I feel like those don't touch this franchise.
Yeah, I can't hang with
You know what I mean?
Furious movies for that long.
Like they lost steam. They still bring in a lot of money, don't get me wrong, you know, but I feel like those are more so turn your mind off kind of action films, you know, where it's like they're basically superheroes, and there's definitely like some
quality of that.
Yeah, there's
element.
like some artistic stretch in the Mission Impossible franchise, but I feel like it's done a little more tastefully, you know?
What I like about Mission Impossible movies is they always kind of set a precedent of putting a little bit of like a challenge or a rule on him. Like the sequence in Rogue Nation where he has to be underwater. He's like, okay, how long can I hold my breath? And that whole sequence, you're going, okay, he has this amount of time. It's not like he's under there and you're just like, man, it's been a really long time. No, they're telling you like he has this much breath left.
Yeah.
You're not just like, this is unbelievably amount of length of time, but they actually show you, you know, the bindings that he have that ground you back to reality. It's like, okay, he's passing out now because he's reached that limit.
Yeah. And he's also in real life holding his breath for a very long time.
Yeah. I have some details for this movie, by the way. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, coming out in 2025, obviously. The description on IMDb says, our lives are the sum of our choices. Tom Cruise is Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. You know you're a huge star when the description is basically just saying that you're starring as the character.
Yeah.
That's most of the words in the description. Like I said, directed by Chris McQuarrie, writers Bruce Geller, Eric Jendrison, and Christopher McQuarrie also writing. Stars Tom Cruise, Haley Atwell coming back. Let's go. Vanessa Kirby, our Invisible Woman in this movie, again as well, returning in the franchise. Tramel Tillman, that is my guy from Severance. I love him. He's great, very talented. Hannah Waddingham, I saw her in the trailer as well. Katie O'Brien, Shea Wiggum, Angela Bassett, Janet McTeer, Nick Offerman, like I said, as well. Palm Clementif, she's Mantis. She was in the last movie also. And then Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames also returning as well. Oh, that was Holt McCallany. And the dad from the Iron Claw was.
Oh, yeah,
he was
yeah.
in the trailer. I didn't really recognize him right away.
Yeah, now that you like pointed out, I know.
Yeah. I like him back
Definitely
from
know
like
what
his
you're
Mindhunter days. I liked him in Mindhunter.
Yeah.
It's a good show. But I'm very excited. The super stacked cast, obviously. Great team working on this movie. And like you said, I think it is going to be better than Dead Reckoning.
Yes, I agree. And
What sequence from the trailer that are you most excited for? Because we've seen, can you think of anything like there's an underwater sequence? That fight sequence where they're both shirtless looks really cool. He's
Yeah,
like, pins his arm up.
his underwear scene for sure.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Why? That's what's putting butts in seats right there.
It's Tom Cruise, 62 years old,
Sex icon.
ripped abs, shirtless in movies still. Like
That's my life goal.
Is
you
that
know?
more impressive than piloting the helicopter at the end of
Yeah, like his
Fallout?
stunts.
What's more impressive?
Ooh.
Still being that much of a sex appeal, like going into his 60s.
Or doing the stunts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Still being like in that shape and doing the like,
I feel like doing the stunts is more impressive. But I mean, how many people are 62 and look like that? You know, how many people are 25 and look like that? It's crazy. I think they're both equally as hard.
he's something else. He's something else. I'm every time a trailer drops for a Mission Impossible movie, I get more excited to see it come out.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked it for my box office team because I like picking movies, like I said in the past, that I can root for. And Mission Impossible and Superman, I'm super excited to actually watch them, you know, not just hoping they make money, but also like am excited to go see them and root for them to make
I
money.
mean, these two movies are the only chance your team has. So,
Yeah, they're the two biggest. Not the only chance. Fantastic Four.
dude, if
You don't think Fantastic Four?
Avatar doesn't, okay, that's up there, I guess. Do you have
Yeah.
Mission Impossible?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
When did you pick it? I thought you had all superheroes.
No, I have Superman, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four. Oh wait, do you have Mission Impossible? I have Superman, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Captain America, and then also Mission Impossible, right?
I'm pulling it up.
What? So and then your team was Avatar, Fire and Ash, and then you picked Jurassic World Rebirth, and then you picked another big one, I think, in your third spot too. But your movies are all coming out later in the year.
I should be able to pull this up faster. What's taking so long here?
It's all right. I'll figure it out for you guys. Baron's too slow. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to figure
Dude,
it out.
like where are these?
Well, I guess there's no proof. No, I have it. My picks:
Here we go.
Superman,
Yep, I got it
Fantastic
too.
Four, Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning,
Okay.
Thunderbolts, Captain America: Brave New World, and then Minecraft's on my bench. Devastatingly. And then you have Avatar 3, Jurassic World Rebirth. Then you picked Zootopia 2, Wicked 2, and How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes. So I could have gotten Mission Impossible, but I went with Zootopia instead.
Yeah, I
Hopefully
mean,
that was a good decision.
I think it probably will make a little bit more money because
I mean, the first one made $1 billion,
yeah.
which was surprising to me. I didn't realize it made that much.
I saw people show out for the last installment in the Mission Impossible franchise. Like it's the end of an era.
I think it will bring in a lot of money.
I'm
I'm thinking like 7, 8.
I really wish I had picked the Minecraft movie though. I'm really mad at myself for not picking that when it was around in the later. I thought Captain America.
Over Captain America.
I thought people were going to be more excited to see Captain America, but then the reviews were so bad that it just steeply declined after the first weekend. I think it made 200 million the first weekend and only made another 200 million with the entire rest of its box office run.
Yeah.
Word of
Still,
mouth was bad.
That's still like decent,
It's
you know,
not the worst.
but it's not for this purpose, for our draft purpose.
For how
Not good.
competitive your list of movies are, I think in a different year, like 2021,
That would have been a good fit.
maybe
pick.
even 2022, it could have come out in the top 10 overall. With the
Yeah.
with the stacked lineup of movies this year, I don't think it's going to land in the top 10 movies.
Yeah, especially with the Minecraft movie already. Like,
Dwarfing it.
yeah, it's getting pretty close to that. What'd you say? Was that like almost 300 or at 300?
It's like 301 million, 311 million for the first
for
one.
one weekend. Jeez.
I think
Kids
that-
movies, man.
hopefully parents burn all their money on that and they don't have any money left to see your movies, to see Zootopia 2.
Zootopia comes out in November.
Yeah,
I
but
think people will financially recover by then.
no, they won't be able to.
And I have How You Train Your Dragon, or How to Train Your Dragon. So
Uh,
that one's coming out in the summer. So that'll be.
I think that's the least of my worries on your team. That's the lowest on my worries.
Yeah, I think it'll still get a pull though. I think it'll at least match Captain America, right?
By the way, this is really confusing. Me and Aaron pick. We do a box office draft every year for the last couple of years, and we go back and forth like a draft for sports, and we pick movies to build a team of 5 movies. Whoever's team collectively makes the most money by the end of the year wins the box office draft, and we use IMDb's calculation stats for the box office returns.
Yeah, and Andrew sounds really sad because I have Avatar this year, but he's won the last 2 years. So
I banked
he's
2 years of winning.
He's doing just fine.
I'm trying to ride that high.
Yeah, he'll be okay. Don't feel too bad for him. He's looking for sympathy. But what did you guys think of this trailer? Are you guys excited to go see this movie in theaters? Are you going to see it in theaters, or are you going to wait for it to come out on streaming? Let us know. We post new full episodes every Monday and Thursday, but make sure you hit that subscription button and notification bell because we've been throwing out some extra episodes lately, one of which has been Andrew and I playing The Last of Us Part 2. The video game, that's been a lot of fun, and those have been extra episodes that we've been putting out lately. So if you want to check that out, make sure you hit that subscription button. Andrew, tell the people where else we are.
We're on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X. We're all over these platforms. We post every single day, so you can find our short form content on there. It's usually totally different stuff than we talk about on the show. So for that bonus content, make sure you're subscribed or following on all of those channels. You can also communicate with us directly by joining in our Discord. You can find the link in the description below. The Discord is like this big group chat where me and Aaron, past guests of the show, some other fans and friends of the show, get together and we talk about all kinds of stuff, movies, TV shows, comics, more, but we also do polls. We look at new trailers like this and talk about what we think, if the movie's going to be good. We talk about movies when they've just come out, like the Minecraft movie that just came out. We're talking about whether we liked it or not. We make movie recommendations in there, topic suggestions, and sometimes we get advance notice of upcoming topics that are going to be on the show.
Definitely. Lots to check out. We're putting out a lot out there for you guys. But we thank you so much for watching, and that's a wrap.